Hey guys, welcome to Sippin' and Spillin' with Sid from 3 Mississippi. It has warmed up quite a bit. We have defrosted. There is no more ice on the roads. Kids are back in school. But now we're in between rainstorms right now. We're supposed to get absolutely hammered tomorrow, from what I understand, and Thursday, and I think Friday and Saturday. And I think there is potential because it's warmed up and there's still that cold front that likes to make nader juice. They haven't officially said we're on any kind of watch or anything, but it's always a possibility when that happens. So we just kind of have to keep an eye out. But we're getting the rain that we haven't been getting, so that's good. Need that. Mike and Frankie finished breaking down the deer, I guess essentially into primal cuts, and getting it on ice in the cooler uh, last night because the temperatures were going to start coming up. And so uh, got that on ice. And I'm sorry, not last night, night before. And, uh, and whatever night that was, I don't know. With Frankie being out of school for so long, I also, and then, with everything being canceled and all of that, I feel like time has been weird. So I'm like, what day is it right now? Because as I'm filming this, you guys are going to see it on Wednesday. So hopefully you'll join us for our live tonight on 3 Mississippi. But I'm filming this on Tuesday. So I guess it was Sunday evening that they iced everything down and finished breaking everything down into the primals, getting into the ice chest because temperatures warmed up yesterday. But there's Mr. Bunk. Mr. Bunk is back outside now, now that it's warmed up. Um, and back at his old shenanigans. I do miss having him in the house at night though. But that's Frankie's bus, but Frankie won't be on it. I actually have to leave in a few minutes to go pick her up because they had missed so much FFA stuff. Hey, bub. Did you go say hi to the people? They had missed so much FFA stuff. They had a meeting and a practice today. So and run. So I got to go into town and grab her. But it was nice, guys. Man, you take for granted the outdoor plumbing when it comes to like the water spigots and things like that, because they were frozen for a week. Um, and I was out there, bringing buckets out and taking the ice pick and breaking up the water troughs and the bucket for the chickens and all that. And so today was the first day that I did not have to crack a layer of ice and I could turn the hose on and use it. So that was exciting. That was very exciting. And it was warm enough. We had enough sunshine yesterday that a few of my girls actually laid some eggs. So hark and praise. So I was excited about that because I actually had to break down and buy a few eggs the other day at the store, which is just criminal. Um, but it's that time of year, and it had been so cold and just dark. It's not so much the cold that gets the girls, which that's part of it because they're conserving their body's resources, right? But it's the just no sunshine. It's the dark, the dank, um, all of that. And I do need to get into town and get some more bedding for them because with normally, I get in there and I scoop out their bedding every day, really, except for Sunday. Sunday is the only day that I don't scoop out their bedding usually because by the time I do everything, I'm usually running a tad behind because we have church. And so usually most mornings I don't have to be anywhere at a certain time. So, you know, I'm not like, oh, hey, I got to go wake them up and get them ready for church and like whatever. So Sundays, I'm usually like the one day that I'm like, I don't scoop the coop, but I do everything else. Um, but anyway, it had been frozen solid. I had tried, and it was just, I mean, you can't, frozen wet poo is just one big mass. So today it had thawed enough that I was able to get some of it out, but it had been so long and so wet that it not so happy. So I think I'm gonna have to just go get more bedding. I've only got one bag of it right now. I'm gonna have to go and get more of those horse bedding pellets that I like, which they don't keep in town. I have to go like to Starkville or Tupelo, and in fact, I've not even found them in West Point, so I'll probably have to go to Starkville, which is fine. You know, no big deal. I usually make a Kroger run, you know, once a month or so. Um, one, every 3 weeks to once a month, I'll go to Kroger and you know, go fill up the gas tank because it's cheaper out there and do stuff like that, you know. um, and so I think I'll stock up on some of that bedding and gut it, clean it, and start fresh. Fun fact though, they did not lay in their nesting boxes, they laid in the which maybe their nesting boxes are made out of metal, so perhaps maybe their nesting boxes felt a little cold to them still. um, I don't know. Uh, but it was, I mean, it was warmer in the coop either way, so I don't know. But it will need to be cleaned out here soon. Although now we're going to get hammered with rain, so this isn't the time to really do it either, because it's just gonna, no sooner will I do it than it's going to be a mess again. So, you know, maybe by the end of next week, I'll have a chance to go up there, get more of the bedding. I've just been kind of taking the top layer out today, and the next few days is what I'll do is just kind of keep shuffling it out and let it kind of dry out as I get it out. Fascinating conversation. These are things you do when you when you have animals. You have to worry about their poop on so many levels. Where is it going? How's it looking? Does it have anything in it that it shouldn't? These are all the things. Um, but but yeah, so I need to get that done. And I've got what? Let's see. Today's like the 20 something. I honestly don't even know. I think it's the 22nd. Maybe it's the 23rd. Um, and what I've got another. I think the. I don't know if you guys could see that. Bunko just jumped up on the side of my truck and he's walking along the tailgate. I've never seen him do that before. I'm sure he's done it before. I've just never seen him do it. I've seen footprints on my hood and stuff, but never there. Where are you going? What are you doing? He's a funny boy. Funny enough though, funny story, guys. I have this thing about I don't like cats that get on the kitchen counter. That's like my hard, fast rule. They're not allowed on tables or countertops or anything like that. I've just never, all the years that I've had cats, that's been my rule. They're not allowed to do that. And all my cats have adhered to it. I had one cat, my first cat, that only did it under a couple of occasions when, um, if you left a steak resting on the counter, she would jump on the counter, grab the steak, and run. Or chicken, like if you left chicken wings specifically, she loved chicken wings. She would get up on the chicken wings, grab a chicken wing, and bolt. Um, but that was an easy fix with tinfoil. So once we learned that she would do that, but the whole time he was in the house for this week while we were frozen, he didn't once try to get up on the table or the kitchen counter. Um, he would come over and kind of whine and like scratch at my leg like he does um, if I was in the kitchen doing something, just that he like wanted attention or wanted to see what food I had. If it was something that I could perchance offer him, because he is the weirdest cat. He will eat anything. Um, he really will. So he liked in the living room. In fact, he had salad with me one night. I was eating salad on the couch, watching TV, and he curled up next to me and he just shared my salad with me because he's weird. Um, and Mike walked in and he was like, "That's a weird cat," and I was like, "He is, bless him." But I love this cat. He's he's just the coolest. And then I'll call him and say, "Hey, it's bedtime, let's go," and he would just, and they would laugh because he'd be dead asleep on the chair in the living room or something, and he'd come running up the stairs, you know. And they were like, "That cat is weird," and I'm like, "I know, bless him. I love this cat. He is the coolest cat. He's got all cats beat, in my opinion. I think so, huh? You say I'm a handsome boy. Yeah, I'm a handsome boy. And he's the only cat that I've ever met that you can just like ragdoll him. Like he's a little wound up right now, so he's not fully limp. But he will just go completely limp when you pick him up like this and just like stretch. Look at that. Look at that tummy. He's a good boy. Anyway, so anyway, guys, I still behind on stuff. Still got a lot to do this week. I did finish Friday's video. Got to start thinking about Sunday's video. Got some things I got to get organized and ready in the garage to make room for the chicks. Just that kind of fun stuff that I got to do. We do have a small plumbing problem that Mike tried to fix. That's his one thing that he is just not super in love with. He has fixed lots of plumbing issues over the years in the house, but it is like the one thing that he really hates having to work on is plumbing. Like he will build stuff, he will fix stuff, he will MacGyver it, whatever, but he just really hates dealing with plumbing stuff. And the one downstairs bathroom's tub is just draining real slow, and he snaked it, but it's still not happy. He did a couple other things and it's still not happy. So I think he's gonna call a plumber to come out this week if we can see. And it's been going on for a while. It's not like this just happened since the freeze. So everybody's saying, oh, you busted a pipe or something. That's not what this is. This has been going on. I suspect that is the shower that Frankie uses. I suspect it is a giant blonde hairball down there because they had pulled the thing off of it, the stopper, and I had bought another stopper to catch the hair, but they refused to use it, and I think that it's just a giant hairball down there. That is my personal opinion. We'll find out if I'm right or wrong or not. I hope that's all it is. I hope it's not like a crack in the pipe somewhere that a root's gotten into, or something like that, causing it to back up. But better to find out and get it fixed than to have things continue to get worse, I suppose. So keep a good thought for that one, I guess, for that issue this week. But yeah, so anyway, guys, hopefully you join us tonight. Maybe I'll have some answers later tonight for you on what was up with our plumbing and all that good stuff. So and hopefully you guys are thawing out and warming up too wherever you are and staying dry. My hometown in San Diego is actually flooding right now. About every 8 years we get a massive flood in San Diego County, like massive, and they're not prepared for it because we'll get dumped with a massive amount of rain. They call it an atmospheric something or other, I forget. Anyway, it just pounds us with rain, and half of San Diego completely floods and shuts down, and that's what's going on right now. So I checked on my mom. She's fine. Yeah, so good times. But we got out of the ice, and now they're down there in the flood. So these things happen. That's weather for you. That's weather for you. But anyway, guys, I hope you're having a blessed day. We hope to see you tonight on 3 Mississippi for our live. And as always, guys, stay blessed. Safety's off.